So today brings me to just the very beginning of, or right at the start, I should say, of Isle of Skye. This is the, I believe it's pronounced Eilean Donnon Castle. And I will tell you one thing. I am going to show as much as I can inside this castle, because it costs money to tour this castle. They don't say anything about no photography or no filming until after you get inside. Because if I knew that, I wouldn't have gone in it, because to me that's ridiculous. So I'm going to film it anyway. So if they have a problem with that, then they should put a $5 sign up there in the front before you pay all the money to come here. So anyway, I'm going to show you as much as I can. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but that's what I'm going to do. Gorgeous castle. It was abandoned for like 200 years, and then someone who was part of the McRae family, long history of that family name, he restored it, I believe in the 1920s, and it's gorgeous inside. So we're going to check it out. After the destruction of the castle on the 10th May 1719, the subsequent crushing of the Jacobite rebellion 1 month later, Eilean Donnon remained in ruins for nearly 200 years. Wow. That was until 1912 when Major John McRae,
I think that's who we saw his grave.
yeah, began to fulfill his dream of restoring the home of his ancestors to its former glory. The difficult rebuilding of Eilean Donnon would take 20 long years. But that's what it looked like when it was destroyed. So this is right at the beginning of the Isle of Skye. So obviously it's going to be very, very busy. The buses stop here. All the tourism is here. The tourists stop here. So I'll make do. But I've seen a number of these type castles already. So I've become a little more picky about what I like. But this is nice. It's fantastic looking from the outside, of course. But this is... Photography and filming prohibited. Are you kidding me? Wow, look at that. So this was restored. Kind of a modern, but yet not really modern toilet. Modern, definitely, compared to a privy or whatever. Sweet tub. This is a few of the bedrooms that they have set up. You can see them. There's a lot of personal family photos around. It's interesting to look at them. I didn't want to put too much of that on the video, and I had to be somewhat careful because there were prying eyes walking in and out of the rooms. You know, it's a modern take on an old castle. They should get the guillotine for that. The blue tile. But I guess it was restored to somewhat resemble what it used to look like. Amazing views. And the ceiling is all stone. I love it.
Chester animal. Bigger thing.
Wow. That is amazing.
You can hear the wind.
There are all these mannequins, statues, whatever you want to call them, and they're cooking. So there's a whole spread here, all fake food, of course, and showing you what life would be like. Okay, so there's a plaque here that says, "This kitchen was built as part of the restoration of the castle between 1912 and 1932 and was in keeping with the rest of the castle's style, as many of the utensils were probably brought from Colonel and Mrs. McRae's other houses. The resulting kitchen was a combination of Victorian to 1930s styles. A generator was installed in 1928, which was used almost exclusively for lighting. There was no fridge or electric cooker, and all the cooking was done on the range, which burned coal." This beautiful old surround or mantle, whatever you want to call it, this was carved, hand carved by Farquhar McRae. He was a pretty handy guy. Did a lot of the carvings that are throughout the castle.
Real quick, you can go down this little walkway that brings you next to this awesome bridge that they have here. Look at that, how beautiful is that? Like a fairy tale bridge. Alright, out of the castle. It really is a nice castle, but I just think that that's a real scumbag move. I even went back to the ticket area, everywhere. There's nowhere that says it other than inside the castle. Then it's everywhere. It says no photography, no pictures, no video. Everybody's carrying their cameras around. No one's taking pictures. I just think that that's ridiculous. So hope you enjoyed the footage, because I don't care. I think that's a low tide move there. But now I'm headed up to Isle of Skye. It's going to be raining probably, so I don't know how much footage I'm going to get, trying to get the drone up in the air and everything. So I'll show you what I see.